Clear Shots number 36 is brought to you by Pinecast. Pinecast.com is an easy-to-use podcast hosting site that lets you post your show to the leading podcast platforms, including Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and more. You can sign up for Pinecast today using the promo code R-63F8FB, and you're going to get 40% off your first 4 months, and it'll help us out too. If you have a podcast or are thinking about starting a podcast, there's no better place to do it than Pinecast.com. Again, visit Pinecast.com and use the code R-63F8FB for 40% off your first 4 months. Today we have Kevin on the show, and he flipped a golf cart and busted up his leg, and he tells that story at some point in here. The first part has a lot of football talk, so fair warning. But other than that, we'll let you get into it.
Don't give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot!
What were you saying?
There's not enough nudity in commercials.
I guess you're right.
I feel like a lot of things, like sex sells. Everybody knows that. You know, they tell you that. They teach you that when you're in like fucking first grade. Sex sells.
I don't know that they teach you that.
You learn it. It doesn't matter if they teach it to you or not. You learn it. And you know, if there was something, my levels are fucking out of this world right now.
I know. I need to be up. I need to go up.
If there were companies that had like nude models,
build me up?
they'd sell everything.
Yeah. It's funny because, like, you don't learn any shit in kindergarten, I feel like. Like in preschool or any of that shit. I feel like it's just... I feel like the only thing you learn is, like...
Sharing.
Yeah, like
And
learning
how fun shaving cream is.
Yeah. It's like learning to be with other humans is basically what that is.
Yeah.
It's like be with other human class. And that shit obviously isn't very good because most people aren't good at being with other humans. So
Especially nowadays.
I heard that.
Dude, I live right across the street from a playground, which is perfect.
Right.
But it's scary.
I'm sorry, what's that?
It's scary, like, how few kids go out and they play at the playground. I remember when I was younger and growing up, every day after school and all weekend, the playground was full of kids. And
Yeah.
now it's like, every now and then I'll walk, like, I'll go to Garofalo's, and, like, this was yesterday or the night before. It was like 4 o'clock. I leave my house to go to Garofalo's, and it's like 3 kids, and then their mom is like on her iPad. And it's like...
Mm-hmm. She's playing Candy Crush Soda
Guaranteed.
Saga.
Fuck yeah, shred it.
like Final Fantasy 2 or something. She's pissed.
Spending a bunch of money on her credit card for Candy Crush.
Whatever happened to all those games? Like, remember the game, like Farmville?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Facebook games.
I mean,
Facebook
Seth still
game.
plays all of them.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's got
There's a
that
second
roller
one.
coaster game.
There's Farmville 2.
What's that roller coaster game
Roller
you bought?
Coaster Tycoon.
Roller coaster tycoon.
That's a great game.
How much was it?
$6.
What'd
bought
you get
on
it
his
on?
phone during the
What's
hour?
funny though is like no one ever wants to pay for a phone game, but they're fine with microtransactions.
Yeah, that blows my mind.
They're fine with like spending like $20 like later on down the line periodically,
Yeah.
but they won't just fork out like $5 for a fucking phone game.
I don't know. I know a lot of people that play mobile games and phone games. I only know one person that plays a phone game and he doesn't spend any money on it, and it's Brian. But that takes so much commitment
I don't
to
pay
not
for
spend
any
any money.
phone games.
What phone games do you play?
None really anymore. During the outage, I was playing Candy Crush like a motherfucker.
Really?
Oh yeah, we had
Yeah.
a lot of downtime.
Yeah, I played a lot of that too. I played a lot of Tetris during
Yeah,
During that,
Tetris
too.
got boring.
That game doesn't age.
Yeah, we talked about that, how it's the best
Oh, yeah.
Just to
selling
the
game
point
ever.
where it's impossible. Like,
Yeah,
Holy
but it's
shit.
also, I think like it's weird because like some of the classic games, the Nintendo Switch just got the online update yesterday, and it's $20 a year, but you get access to like 20 NES games, like original games, and it has like Super Mario, like the original Super Mario, and then it also has like Super Mario 3 and Tecmo Bowl and shit.
That's dope.
So it's like, yeah, I'll pay for that.
Super Mario 3 is the best one.
Yeah, it is.
That's when we get the Fox
It
tag.
has Zelda. Legend of Zelda is on there.
First one, best one. Link's Awakening. But
Sonic and Knuckles.
No.
That's
They add like
that
4
Sega?
games.
That was Sega. That was
Yeah, it's Sega.
Definitely Sega.
Genesis.
They add like 4 games every month or something. They're gonna do something like that. But I think that alone is worth the subscription.
You know what I think would be dope is if they did like backwards compatibility with like Nintendo 64 games, but made online for it.
Yeah, like a virtual console for the N64.
Imagine GoldenEye.
They were talking
multiplayer.
about that. They were talking about doing something like that.
Oh yeah,
It's just their online infrastructure is so new, and Nintendo's never done
it's
that
bad.
shit.
It's just
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
I was
they
reading
just
the
don't
whole
know how to do
controversy
it.
about it. I was reading about how they're letting people do cloud saves, but if you miss a payment, then you lose all your cloud.
Well,
saves
it's
and
also
all your-
only certain games
Yeah.
too. Like
Only
it's
certain
not all,
games
it's
are
not all
cloud-based.
titles. So it's weird as fuck. And plus, cloud save doesn't really make sense. Like I feel like you should just always save everything to the SD card or your console because you're not always gonna have Wi-Fi with the Switch. Like people don't always have Wi-Fi. That's
That
the
is
point
true.
of a fucking mobile console is that you're gonna take it places.
What is Cloud Save? I
It
never
saves
saved
on
anything to
their
the cloud.
servers. Like
Is that just a Switch? It does that?
Xbox and
X-
PlayStation do.
yeah,
it.
they all do it. Like
Yeah,
like
so if you signed in, what do you have? Xbox, PlayStation.
PlayStation.
So if you sign into your PS4 on Seth's account or on Seth's PS4,
Your
it would
saves
transfer
would-
your save files.
yeah,
over.
your saves would be on here.
Oh.
yeah.
So it's like if you got a new PS4, you'd still have all your saves just because they're tied to your account.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is basically what it is.
It's really convenient, especially in
It is.
sports games.
But it's a mobile platform, so that's what kind of screws with it. Because you're not just leaving it at your house. So it's an odd thing. And Nintendo's never done an online thing like that.
And they refuse to do what other companies do.
Yeah.
That's the big thing
Well,
about them.
they like to be different. That's Nintendo's thing. They're like, I don't care if it doesn't work. We're just it's different. So
That's what it's all about, dude.
Look at the Wii U, dude.
yeah.
Wii U.
Remember? Do you remember that? The Wii U?
I
Where
remember
the,
the
the,
Wii.
the controller
There
was
was-
a tablet.
There was another one, but no one knew about it because it was bad.
Oh no. No, I
Yeah,
didn't
it came out. It came out right before the PS4 did, like a year before the PS4 and the Xbox One did. And I thought
was
it
a
was.
couple
I thought it
games.
was cool. Like Zombie.
Yeah, there was a couple games that were cool. It was just
There was a zombie game on there with a multiplayer. One person would have the tablet, and they would have an overhead map of the game, and they would spawn zombies. And then the other person was playing with a controller on the TV, and they'd have to kill all the zombies.
Oh shit.
you
Brawl
could also like
was
play
pretty
games
sweet.
on the tablet instead of using the TV.
Yeah.
But that's basically what the Switch is doing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a precursor to the Switch.
Yeah.
They had that idea already. They just made it better.
Very
A
true.
lot better.
I think it's good because they're actually selling consoles now with this thing.
I'd get a Switch, but there's not a lot of games for it that I would get. I don't really like Mario.
The
I don't
first
really
year
like
was
Zelda.
weak. The first year was weak, I think.
Yeah.
But I think with Super Super Mario Party coming out, that looks really good because that's like a classic Mario Party game.
is the fucking best.
Yeah.
Yeah. And which one is it? Ultimate Brawl or Ultimate Smash is going to be all of the Smash games in one.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like all the characters ever.
And then what's Super Mario Party? Is that just a brand new one, or is it like all of
It's,
them put together?
It's basically, I guess 8, 9, and 10 were like not great, and they weren't like classic Mario Party games. So they're trying to go back to like the original ones.
Where it was
I only thought
the
there was
board game
one.
for
there was
Mario
a ton
Party?
of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
they
There
kept
was
making
a
them.
shit ton.
I think
My
they made
favorite
10.
one.
There was 10 of them, I believe.
Yeah, and then there was one for the DS that was called Mario Party Top 100, and it was
They're
just
just mini games.
it was just the number 100 or the top 100 mini games in Mario Party.
Well,
I
so
wanna
this
get
one
that.
is basically like the classic ones, and then there's the mini game mode too, where you
Yeah.
can just play everything that you've unlocked already.
The classic ones were sweet because it was a board game, and you played the
Yeah.
board game, and
That's the one I've
that's
played,
what
yeah.
made it so fucking cool.
And with this one, it's weird
Fucking
too
everybody
because
over stealing their stars and shit.
each character is going to have a special block, like dice block. So like they'll have each character has a different, like you can use a regular 6-sided die, or you can use the character's 6-sided die, which could have like a 0, a 1, and then 2 2s, and then a 3 and like a 4 or something. Or like you could have a character that has like a fucking like 2 9s or something on 2 different sides. So certain dice blocks give you a higher chance of certain movement.
That's pretty sweet.
which is good because like a lot of times you want to only move like 2 spots.
Yeah.
So if you use a special block with more 2s on it, you get a higher chance of that.
When does this come out?
Next month, mid-October.
That's what I remember with Mario Party 5. It had the capsule system. Did you ever play that one?
I think so.
Where if you went around the map, there was this guy, and when you hit him, he'd go, book, book, and he would give you a capsule, which was like a power-up. And then on your next turn, like there was one that was like, a golden die. So it would give you 3 die.
Yeah.
And the third one, like, you either got like an 8, 9, or a 10. Then there was one that was like, there was one that was a Bob-omb, and you could place it on the map. And every time somebody goes by it, the timer ticks down. And once you get it to 0, you get blown up and get back sent to the beginning. There was one called the Bank. The Bank was the coolest, actually. Every time you passed the bank, you had to give up 10 coins. But if you landed on it, you got all the coins
I
in
feel
the
like
bank.
that's the one I played, now that I think about it.
Yeah,
That
it
sounds
was
like
the
the one I
Dream
played.
Worlds. You
It's
talked to
weird
the little
because it's like-
stars. And
I
you had
feel
to,
like
you had
that
to fight
game-
Bowser and all of his kids.
That's gotta be it.
And they had the Donkey Kong one, where if you landed on Donkey Kong, you had to collect bananas. And
I think so. I
if
think I
you
have played
collect,
that.
whoever like collected the most bananas won a star. The Bowser mini games.
I feel like with those games, there's an amount of strategy, but there's not. Like there's a
so
ton of
much
luck.
chance, and a lot of it too
I
is
love
like
this.
the. I could have gotten you a beer, dude.
Least logical way to do that.
What was it? I'm gonna take this off actually for a little bit. Let me know if my fucking levels get crazy, but I'm sweating like a bastard with that thing on.
Stop sweating, dude.
Yeah, I wish. No, that was the one whenever I played Mario Party, that was the one we played. We also had the one with the microphone. You ever play that one? I think it was Mario Party 6. It had a microphone that came with it. And there was a mini game where you would control like Bowser and you would speak into the microphone and he would do whatever you said. So you could be like, Bowser, throw a Bob-omb at Mario, and he would, or whatever, throw a Bob-omb, and he would throw a Bob-omb. Or you'd be like, whatever. Mario Party 5 had a Twisted Metal game mode too, which was fucking crazy. You would build cars and attach weapons and shit to them, and you could kill each other. And that's how you would unlock like special mini games and other maps and stuff.
Yeah,
I played that game way too much. Like,
I was about to say, I never played it till I got to college.
dude, yeah,
I used to play it in college.
I remember I got that when it came out.
The
I
thing
was like
is-
7.
Yeah, like the thing is, those are like you have to have multiple people. It's not as fun playing with fucking 3 computer
Oh, yeah.
players.
It'd be like, no party tonight? All right, let's all get stoned as fuck and
Play Mario Party.
Yep.
Like 8 of us. Take turns, switch out.
We did that with Madden. We always, like, we had our, like, 50-inch TV in the middle of the entertainment station, and then we had 2 32-inch TVs on the other side of each, where our desks were. So, like, we'd have one TV would be one game of Madden, the other TV would be the other, and then the one in the middle would be, like, Netflix or YouTube or whatever.
It'd be like Red Zone, Madden Red Zone.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
You got
We would
Scott
do-
Hansen live, and he's like switching between the Madden games.
We would do this fantasy draft things where we would literally get a huge whiteboard and get pads of paper and do an actual draft and draft Madden teams.
Jesus.
And then we'd spend the next hour getting the team, like making the teams, and then we'd play a tournament like that, and it was like winner got like, a
So
free
what you had to
gram a
go
week or
through?
something.
How did you do that? You had to fantasy draft in the game, and then
No, we would just edit the rosters.
Oh yeah.
And you had to turn the cap's room off because certain players like Aaron Rodgers or Matt
Seems like a
Stafford
lot of
would
work.
be like. It was fun. I mean, we were always like you. It's crazy the amount of things that stoners do when they're all collectively baked. Like the amount of engineering we'd go through, or if we had a little like fucking nose candy on us or something.
Nose clams.
Nose clams.
Dude, Mario Party takes a long time, too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That's a night right there.
That
Dedicated.
really is. That's at least like, especially if you have 4 people, you're doing like 20 turns, 30 turns.
Well, that's you can do longer, shorter games. Evidently, that's what they said. There's like you pick how many turns you are gonna go.
Yeah, I know there's one, like 100 turns.
So
be
that's like
fucking
5
amazing.
hours.
More than
Yeah.
that, probably. Seriously, I've been in some like 3-4 hour games.
Yeah. I loved the tiebreakers too. Like when you finally get to the end, because you could have 1 star and like 30 coins, but still somehow win because like if you won the most mini games, you get a star.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
if you lost the most mini games, you would get a star. Like if you
Yeah, there was bonus ones at the end.
Yeah.
That was always so intense too. Like
Yeah.
waiting to see who gets the final fucking stars and shit.
Tyrod's playing like shit. Who's that? Is that Baker?
Baker, baby, and intentional grounding.
Dude, he just bombed it over the end zone. And no one was in 20 yards of the end zone. I don't know what he was doing.
Classic Cleveland.
Look at
Oh
this.
my
Look at this.
god.
That's not even
Look
close.
at, there's no within 20 yards. Not even close. Someone ran the play wrong.
This is, like I said, these Thursday games are weird because like you don't get any recover. You get like 3 days to recover from your Sunday game,
Yeah.
It's the Browns, anyways. So fuck 'em.
and then how many days of practice do you get? Like fucking 2, basically. I guess if you
Not even,
win,
probably just
well, yeah, with a lot of
Well, I
teams,
guess-
if they win, they get a day off afterwards.
depends on if they're traveling.
But it's like, yeah, but it's
too,
and it's also like
Yeah.
if you're playing Thursday and you're traveling, even if you win, you're fucked because you're practicing.
I was in fucking Newark this Sunday watching the Browns game with probably 6 Browns fans at the most random place ever. And they almost fucking won too.
Against
You
the
should've seen
Saints,
me
right?
Freaking out. No, the
Where did
Steelers.
you even find
Oh,
Browns
Steelers.
fans? I didn't know
Newark.
those existed.
New Jersey.
No, fucking
Oh.
New York.
Newark, New York.
Newark, New York.
Is that a real place?
Newark, New York.
It's not, it's not the greatest town, that's for sure.
I didn't know that was a real thing.
Is that about to be a penalty for that? What are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to just not sack the quarterback anymore?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I feel like now.
That's a fucking penalty.
I don't think so. I think they're punting.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
no.
good. I thought I
it's the
saw a
same thing.
flag.
It's the same thing, basically.
I'm
Apparently.
pretty almost drunk.
Those 5 sips will fucking get
It's
you.
like I don't want to even.
It is 14%, and it's getting fucking heavy.
What they need to do is give you an example of what is and what isn't roughing the passer now.
You know what really pissed everybody off is they were like, one of the refs came out anonymously and was like, well, yeah, certain plays, like the Clay Matthews hit,
Yeah.
he's like, we're going to use those to educate people. And it's like, you're changing
How
the
is
outcome of a
that?
game. Like, that's fucking bullshit.
But that's not educate. Like what? I still don't see what he did wrong. Like what do you do that is more safe than what he did? He wrapped him up around the waist, and he went to the ground with him. It's not like he like drove his shoulder into him or something. In the
Well, did you
fucking
see
ground.
the thing with, it was on NFL Reddit the other day. There was a player that went to sack Kirk Cousins. And,
No, I
Kirk-
didn't see
he
it 'cause
through
it was Kirk
a-
Cousins, so I didn't watch that.
Yo,
oh yeah, they
Don't hurt on
did.
Kirk
They
Cousins.
did play the Packers that day. He went to sack him, and Kirk threw a pump fake, so the defender let him go.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. That's nuts.
And then Kirk ran, and people are like, "Well, he shouldn't have let him go." And it's like, well, if he threw the ball, and then he took him down right after, he would have gotten a fucking flag for that.
Bro, I
Yeah.
think Baker's going in. I think he's going in.
He's emailing his mom on the Microsoft Surface right now. He's like,
'Cause
"Mom,
it's like-
turn the game on."
because it's like at this point you have
Fuck
to.
I'd fuck that guy.
Fuck.
No, I'd let him fuck me.
I'd let him fuck me.
yeah, yeah. Dude, Baker's he's the most handsome quarterback I've ever seen.
That's
Not named Jimmy Garoppolo
far-fetched.
or Romo.
Romo's got a pretty face.
Or Mike-
He's a pretty
He's
man.
a pretty man, yeah. Tom Brady, he's all right.
He's not even that good looking.
Eli has that, he has that retard look. to
Yeah, I
him.
was about to say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
got the-
Don't say he's good looking. He's got the bergs.
Right, yeah.
He's got the
fucking-
Asperger's.
Josh
for
Gordon
sure.
is pretty
The
pretty.
mouth breathing.
He's a wide receiver though.
Yeah. I don't know why we're judging men right now. This is
I
kind
don't know, dude. My doctor today was so good looking. It was
Was
threatening.
he really?
His eyes were that color.
Oh my god.
I was like, Jesus, bro.
I'm melting right now.
He's like, yeah, dude, I kicked ass on your surgery. Nothing fucking wrong. He's like, look at my eyes.
Is that what he said?
No,
That would have been
pretty
fine.
much.
So what's the story? What exactly happened?
Eh.
I mean, you got to tell it because it's got.
So my buddy's wedding was the Saturday, and it was Thursday. He had this big golf tournament. I had to have been like 40, 50 people, all of us that were going to the wedding. And I think we had 3 holes left. I was shit-faced, obviously.
You took a shortcut detour.
We were just killing time for the next people to tee off. So I'm just bringing my buddy, whipping him through the woods. Caught a little traction, picked up some speed. He fell out. As soon as he fell out, it tipped his way. I fell out that way. Cart landed
He's
right on
lucky
me.
he didn't. Oh yeah, he's lucky he didn't get it landed on it.
Yeah,
Too.
he was fine. It was Kevin O'Connor. He was all right. You want to see my scar?
Kind of.
At least he's fine.
Would your bone come out or something?
No. It's like right on the
No,
edge.
he's just got a scar. Oh yeah, that's a big one. Holy shit!
That looks good.
Yeah.
It does look good.
It's a lot of fun.
It's all fixed up though.
Getting there.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Shit, walk it off.
Fuck yeah. I tried golfing after I did it.
Like
Tried
right
taking-
after.
Yeah, tried taking the swing.
Did you know it was broken? Or
I had a
you just
pretty
feel
good
like it was
idea. I've
sprained?
sprained it 15 times. But I was also drunk, so I'm like, oh, it doesn't really hurt that bad.
Right.
And I took a swing. I'm like, I'll see you guys later.
Nah, you won't.
That shit fucking hurt. That swing.
Yeah, I would imagine. That's I don't know, you can get those things going pretty good, those golf carts.
Once you catch some traction,
Yeah, they need
takes off.
Baker
they need
might be going in.
they need seatbelts or something. But you're also not supposed to do what you're
Yeah,
doing.
it was totally my fault.
You know. They're not go-karts. They're not built for that though. I feel like that's the most fun part of golf is driving those things. I don't give a shit about fucking teeing off.
Dude, there are too many fucking flags. There's literally been like 5 flags since we turned the game on.
That's because that's what happens now.
That's the NFL, dude.
It's
It should be the NNFL, the no flag league,
Solid. Got him. Boom. Roasted.
it's just
or the 90 flag league.
Dude,
maybe
you better-
they should just make it so that you when you two-hand touch the fucking quarterback, it's a sack that plays dead. Maybe they should just do that because they obviously want the quarterbacks to be healthy throughout the entire season. That's what their goal is because they're the star players.
Yeah.
That's what gets views. Like that's what gets people to watch. But on the flip side, how many times has there been like a starting quarterback that gets hurt? The guy who comes in
My nigga.
ends up being the
Foles.
fucking guy. You know?
Yeah.
Foles.
Every time Garoppolo had to step in when Brady was down, he did great. Matt
Yeah.
Flynn, that
Yeah, Matt
game
Flynn.
fucking
I mean, there's got that
his one game.
it's going to happen less, you know?
Yeah.
If your starters and
Well, the
then you
NFL
don't-
is like, damn, Dak is actually not that good. We should make it so the starter never gets hurt.
right. Yeah.
Nah, I think
Are you a
Dak's-
Cowboys fan?
Yeah, I think Dak will be all right. I'm not too worried about it. People are like, well, he only did good that year because he had the offensive line and Zeke.
Your
And
offensive line
Dez-
definitely helped.
And it's like, yeah, okay, I go, but Carson Wentz only did good last year because he has a better offensive line and better weapons than Dak ever had.
Yeah, I guess.
And
It's also
then
about
there's-
knowing feeling the pocket.
That's his
A lot
problem.
of quarterbacks
He
don't.
has really bad pocket awareness.
Right.
And I honestly think that game last year where Adrian Claiborne sacked him 6 times, that shook him. And he is terrified of getting fucking manhandled now.
I think if your quarterback knows how to move in the pocket and when to step up and shit, it's your offensive line looks a lot better
That's what's so good about guys like Rodgers or Brady, and Romo was great at it too.
as they can move around.
He's going in.
He's on the field.
Fucking throbbing right now.
There's a flag too. What a fucking surprise. It's I don't know, man. I don't know what the answer is. They want people to not get hurt. That's all it is. And I think it's turning the game into flag football.
Literally.
It's gonna.
I'm finding football to not be as exciting to watch anymore.
I miss when guys could just blast receivers when they were going off for the game.
Could you imagine if Ray Lewis was playing now? He'd be like, "This fucking sucks."
Yeah.
It's like I'm
Shit,
joining
Ray
the
Lewis,
AFL.
like imagine like if you get the big physical receivers like freaking Terrell Owens
Yeah.
or Michael Irvin that would just manhandle dudes at the line of scrimmage and go.
Right.
Because like back when Irvin played in the 90s, like
Oh,
that was a
fucking
fucking
pill.
missile. Back when Irvin played in the 90s, you know, defensive backs were allowed to tackle, like, you were allowed to hit dudes and all the way down the field.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, if you watch Michael Irvin's top 10 plays, he's like freaking getting shoved while the ball is in the air. And freaking, holy
2 for
shit.
2. Shit.
Dude, Baker Mayfield is about to be the greatest
Who was I
quarterback of all time.
talking to about this not long ago? Someone was saying the XFL can capitalize on this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because think about it. The XFL is going to be like, oh, the NFL's doing all this stupid shit. Time for us to, like, let people actually tackle. Like,
Oh, and then he fumbles.
the fucking lineman goes,
still almost gets
goes
a
fucking
9
15
yards.
fucking yards.
XFL would be smart if they went pretty much right in the middle of the AFL and
I think-
NFL.
Yeah, I think Vince McMahon's not going to give a shit. Like, he's going to let people get concussed.
Wants people to get fucked up.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
he's
the
going to
whole
let
point.
it be like it used to be.
Yeah.
He's going to let people do custom jerseys again.
I think that alone, oh, those were hilarious.
He hate me.
They were so dumb, though.
He's gonna make Goldberg during the league.
Yeah.
Each team is going to have their own WWE
Imagine-
mascot.
Imagine Lesnar, like, just fucking as a linebacker.
He tried.
Yeah, I thought he
got
tried.
cut.
was.
He
Yeah,
got
he
his
was
man.
He's
a
on the
linebacker.
Vikings.
Yeah.
He made it to like the last cuts though.
He wasn't, yeah, he didn't make the team, but he was there for
And I
a
think he
while.
only got cut because he was hurt, wasn't he?
No.
No,
he
he
was just bad.
he just, I don't know that he's, I don't know if that's his calling. I feel like MMA fighters like his thing.
He's joining back. He's coming back.
Yeah, he is. You see, John Jones is coming back
Yep.
next month, October 28th, I think it
John
is.
Jones?
Yeah, he got
I
a
thought he suspended for 15 months.
15
got
months.
cleared.
It was retroactive.
What is it? October he comes back or November?
Oh.
And USADA is fucking bullshit because of that. You know that they did that
So
just
wait,
so
wait,
that he
wait,
could
wait.
be
What do you
ready
mean
for Madison Square
retroactive?
Garden. It's
So-
retroactive. It goes back 15 months. So he's already served 14 months. So now October 28th is when his fucking thing's over. So he,
That's what I
I'm
love.
so
watching
fucking
that.
happy
just
about
it's,
that.
it's just so he can be ready for Madison Square Garden.
I am so happy about that. You have no idea.
I just watched.
I fucking love John
But
Jones.
you
I
know
don't give a
USADA did
fuck.
that. You know USADA did that just to make the money off of him.
Oh,
I must have
damn
watched 10 hours straight 2 nights ago of just
John
like
Jones
UFC, and then I turned
beating
into
up pregnant women.
boxing knockouts, and
I
then
think it's October 28th. But how much you want to bet the day after he's activated, he gets popped again for fucking dick pills?
dick pills.
That's what it was. Apparently, it was fucking.
It was cocaine.
he-
yeah, but it was evidently he had dick pills too. So
Yeah, he had like over the counter dick pills from like China or some shit. Dude, he is throwing
Mayweather.
ropes.
Oh, I'm
Like
Mayweather.
that is disgusting.
Mayweather,
This dude he's just throwing straight darts, dude.
Seriously.
classic. I wonder what Bill's doing right now.
Coming.
Bill's
Like,
the only Browns fan I know.
Pass interference.
That's got to be a flag.
Wow.
Wow. The one time I wanted
They'll
a
go
flag.
for it. They'll go for it. And Baker, we
Look at this
trust.
shit. This was a flag, definitely.
Looked like he had
Look at
2
this
hands
shit.
around his back before he caught it. He did.
I
He was
guess.
holding his other arm down.
Yeah.
Guys, but it still hits him
Oh,
in the
you
fucking
pussies.
hands. Hits him in the hands. That's the thing. Like the how sticky those gloves are too.
Right.
It's like he probably could have caught that ball.
I know. I remember seeing so many people talking shit about Jerry Rice for admitting that he used Stickum when he played, and it's like, dude, have either of you ever used football gloves before?
Dude, they're
It's not even fair.
Yeah, it's like those. It's like Velcro.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like when they throw those soft Velcro balls and you have the pad thing.
that they rarely stick to.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
stick for
those
about
things-
20 minutes, and
Yeah.
then the lint gets torn off the ball, and it's just like,
Yeah, that's true. They might as well just make the ball out of Velcro.
you guys ever seen the replacements?
No, I want to though. Somebody else was asking me if I've ever seen it. Yeah,
No? Oh, man.
What is that?
That's a classic.
it's a football movie, right?
Really?
It's an old football movie where the team goes on strike, and they bring in all these random players who don't play anymore. Keanu Reeves is the quarterback. He hasn't played since college. Well, anyways, there's this guy, Clifford Franklin. fastest guy, you know. He's a receiver, and they can never catch the ball, can never hold on to it, so they give him stick him right. It's covered all over and shit. And he's like, Coach, it looks like I just jacked off an elephant. His hands are fucking covered in, like, gel all over and shit.
I don't know if it's... I feel like it should just be allowed. Like, it's kind of like pine tar in Major League Baseball. It's like... It helps you grip the fucking bat, but so what? Is it is it really doing
You
that
need
much?
pine tar, though.
I mean, yeah, you kind of do.
I thought pitchers use pine tar. What do pitchers use?
That's illegal. They use a rosin bag.
But if you're a batter, you're allowed to use pine tar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll put it on, like, the barrel of their bat, like, halfway
The
up
handle.
or whatever, or they'll put it on their helmet or whatever. I don't know. It does help a lot. But I think with the NFL, it's... I don't know. I guess I can see the argument for both, really.
I don't think Stickum should be allowed, no.
But it's like the gloves
In
are just so...
Or football?
Football.
The gloves in football are already that, though, you know? It's
Yeah, but
The NFL doesn't make
They're
money
not
off
that extreme.
Stickum. The NFL makes money off selling gloves, though.
it's true.
I don't
Unless
know.
It's a
I feel like
Nike stick 'em.
I've never caught a pass from an NFL quarterback.
That's because you probably couldn't. It would probably
I
break
probably
your fucking
couldn't,
hand.
but I feel like
the shit Baker Mayfield's
Baker's
throwing out there
maker.
right now,
yeah, that's true. But I feel like, you know,
I'm all over his name today.
Yeah.
I feel like catching a football is probably it's the easiest ball to catch with your bare hands, right? Maybe a kickball is
Yeah.
easier,
Or a soccer ball.
or a soccer ball. Maybe you know you're not you should.
No, I think a football is probably easier. It's easier
It's
to
designed.
take form of your
I
hands.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's made for
But I mean,
that.
Brett Favre used to throw fucking 80 mile an hour.
You used to break.
You ever
fucking
see the
footballs.
picture of Torrey Holt's fingers? I showed
Yeah.
it to Sean last week.
Yeah.
You know who? Remember Torrey Holt played for the Rams? Part of the greatest show on turf. I'll show you a picture of his
Yeah,
hand.
Torrey Holt. That was such a good team.
Yeah, we were talking
back
about
then.
this. It was Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt, Kurt Warner, and Isaac Bruce. Mm-hmm. And yeah,
Jesus. I used to use that team in Madden because it was way
dude, I
overpowered.
was just talking to my dad about it, and I was telling him that if they were around nowadays, they'd be unstoppable.
Yeah.
Like they scored 600 points in a season back when teams were barely.
But you don't know
breaking,
because now it's like
400.
you can't. The rules are different too. So
Yeah, the rules would favor them even more. Because you
I
can have
guess they
Torrey Holt,
would.
who's like basically kind of like Antonio Brown, where he's just super fast and quick route running. And then Isaac Bruce is like an Anquan Bolden type of dude. He's just catching everything over the middle.
Antonio Brown sent out a tweet about how like he somebody was talking shit about how Big Ben made him look good and shit, and how Antonio Brown's not the best receiver in the league. And AB goes, "Trade me, let's find out."
How about Big Ben last week?
That guy's honestly like a fucking savage.
I mean, he's a rapist.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
I thought he just sent a dick pic. Wasn't that Ben?
that was Favre.
That was Favre, yeah.
All right, Favre, shoot your shot.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
How do they know it was his dick?
That was Aaron Andrews, right? that the one?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
hope so. I'd send a dick pic to Aaron Andrews.
How do they know it was his dick? Did they DNA dick it? Did they
DNA.
DNA match it? The dick
It was
match
wearing
it?
Wranglers.
DDNA.
He has the Wrangler logo tattooed on his dick root. He has it tattooed.
Just
on
the
there.
seam of the jeans.
The gene scene.
I don't know who the best receiver in the league is. I don't think it's Antonio Brown, honestly.
I don't know.
I think he's
OBJ's
up
not
there.
getting touches, so it's
Yeah.
hard to put him in the
I
category.
really like
I like
what's your
Fitz.
favorite team? Giants?
No, Panthers.
Panthers? If you could have any receiver on the Panthers, who would it be?
I'd take Steve Smith out of retirement.
Okay, that's a good point. I agree with you there.
I like Fitz, dude.
I don't know, dude.
Larry Fitzgerald?
Larry Fitz hasn't done shit.
You think
I
he's
know, but
you think
he-
he's the best in the league right now?
Career wise, he was just very reliable. That's
old dude.
That's what
I
I
think
would.
he's one of the best ever. Yeah.
That's what I would look for is reliable, and he's also fast down the sideline.
AJ Green's phenomenal
I was
right
going to
now.
say AJ Green is probably the most underrated.
I
Michael
really,
Thomas is the most underrated receiver.
Yeah, that's
right now.
true.
I like Jordy Nelson a lot. I feel like
Jordy's
Jordy
good.
just is a good route runner, and then he doesn't drop balls. The guy
hasn't done
doesn't drop
anything
a
yet,
pass. Well, yeah, because the Raiders suck.
Yeah.
I don't know what their deal is.
I'm gonna be a massive contrarian right now, but I really think that Tyreek Hill is one of the
Oh,
best
yeah.
in the league. But
He's the fastest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life.
yeah, I think if there's one receiver I could have that's not on the Cowboys, I'd like Julio, dude.
Oh, Julio's incredible.
I mean, Megatron, if he was around, he'd still be the best. Calvin Johnson is probably the best receiver I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But Julio is...
Get the stretch.
Depends on who you're it depends on who's throwing to guys a lot too, you know.
I feel like the best receiver for the Cowboys right now would be a guy like Jarvis Landry, just catching slant passes over the middle.
It's just if you have a good quarterback, it's like all of your receivers look good. Like that's just how. If you can
like
run
imagine
your fucking
Rodgers
route and
with
catch
somebody
the ball,
like fucking with imagine Rodgers with like Antonio Brown or like fucking. You know a guy nobody ever talks about? I mean, he retired a long time ago, but Marvin Harrison, dude. Everybody forgets about Marvin Harrison. He's another one. Steve Smith is also.
It'd be interesting to see like two of the best position players on the same team, but I don't know that would it really make that much of a difference
to have
like,
Antonio Brown on the Packers.
Yeah, like if you have a quarterback that's just putting it in the right spot every time, does your receiver really need to be that
look
good?
At the Patriots when they had Moss that one year. Remember that? Dude, he broke the touchdown record.
Yeah, and when you have other receivers that are almost just as good, like Moss was towards the end of his career, obviously they're a lot better.
Who's the other one? They had Dante Stallworth, right?
I don't even remember that.
But
team.
then
anyways, that's what I'm saying. It takes away coverage from them.
It goes the other way too. Like, yeah, if you can get open, if everybody can get open, then your quarterback doesn't have to be that good. He just has to put the ball in there.
Yeah. That's why I think the Chiefs are so fucking amazing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you see teams like that.
Who they got? They got Tyreek Hill, Chris Conley, Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, just all you need is an average quarterback that can run the offense.
And I think Mahomes he's fucking awesome. He's going to be really good, dude.
It's interesting. There's a couple.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, there's a couple that are questions, man. Like Sam Darnold.
there's an argument that he's really only good because he has all those pieces, but he's going to be able to be way more risky and get way more comfortable way faster.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at the guys Dak is throwing to, dude. I mean, I like Dak. And Dez didn't do shit for him last year because that's not the kind of quarterback Dez needs. But when your number one receiver is Cole Beasley, who's 31, you know, Alan Hearns, he's all right. He's a number.
Well, that's the thing is, like, Green Bay didn't have, a couple years ago, they didn't really have anybody that was, I mean, Donald Driver was a veteran that was playing for him.
Greg Jennings was good.
Yeah, but it's like, when you're a good quarterback, you can make names out of guys. But think about it. Greg Jennings, what has he done since he was with the Packers?
He had a good year with Favre.
Has he had a really good year, like an outstanding year since then? I don't know about that.
I guess
even with Jordy Nelson, has he really done anything yet? It's like, we'll see, but is it Jordy Nelson or was it Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, it was Aaron Rodgers.
You know,
but
that's what I'm always interested in. It's like, how much of that is the quarterback?
Yeah, and I think another thing too is I said Harrison, and he had Manning, but also Manning also had Harrison his whole year, you know, and then his numbers, and then he had that 1 year with Denver. But when you're throwing a fucking Demaryius Thomas and Julius Thomas,
right,
and Emmanuel Sanders, Wes Welker,
he did have a good group of guys.
That's like the fucking.
He had good running backs too. He had fucking really. That whole team was really good.
Who was it? It was Ronnie Hillman and C.J. Anderson.
Yeah. They're about to lose all their papers and shit.
Oh, windy as fuck there.
And then when you also have an awesome defense with DeMarcus Ware on one, when you have DeMarcus Ware on one side and Von Miller on the other side, and then you have Aqib Talib and Chris Harris.
Yeah, that's right. And that was one of the best defenses I've ever seen, I think.
T.J. Ward and who was the other safety? Doesn't matter, really.
I don't know that enough teams invest in defense anymore, unless you're like a historically defensive team like the Bears.
The Ravens.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of teams invest in defense. They want to put all their money into offense.
The Rams this year are going to be...
Jacksonville,
yeah. I love Zeke, dude, but I would have loved it if they got Jalen Ramsey instead. Yeah. He is seriously going to be... He's already the best corner in the league, bar none, and he's going to be great for forever. Like, he reminds me of Champ Bailey, where he can give guys like 5 to 10 yards of separation and then just...
Still get there.
Boom, get there.
It's the rubber banding, dude.
Yeah, like
it's like every play in Madden when your guy's wide open and you throw it to him, and then somehow the fucking defender gets there.
It's all about closing.
Did you watch the Seahawks-Bears game the other night?
Yeah.
Did you see the pick six that Mukamara got? That's the shit Jalen Ramsey does every game, where he purposefully gives up 5 yards of coverage to bait him
and
in,
go for the
and then
pick, yeah.
zooms
Right,
right in
right.
and takes it. Just like with fucking Deion Sanders used to do the same thing.
Well, if you're watching when the ball comes out, then you know.
You will know before the receiver does sometimes.
You know, sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes the receiver's got the ball before the fucking corner even knows what's going on.
I know that's the one thing I'm really confident in with Dallas is that they got the Seahawks old defensive coordinator, but he's just the defensive back coach, and he's the guy that discovered Richard Sherman and Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas.
A lot of it's chemistry too between the two of the players, because
all of the guys in the secondary have been playing together for the past 3 years.
yeah.
So
Well, some receivers just know when the ball's coming out. Like they'll
Yeah.
know to look for the ball.
I watched a thing on Peyton Manning. Like I found an account that has all the NFL Network films unlisted, so like, you know, they won't get
seems
get
legal.
taken down as
Yeah.
fast.
It's legal as fuck.
Oh, it super is. But there was a thing. It was like a 15-minute thing about Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison about how for like just a bet. A player bet Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison that they couldn't run practice drills blindfolded, and they did.
Yeah.
Like the two of
I
them.
bet.
Like
That's crazy.
he'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna call it like, you know,
well, you do it that many times.
Spider 2
Yeah,
eye
you gotta
banana,"
think-
and it was perfect blindfolded.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think that's
Spider 2 eye banana.
it's always spider
Let's
2
fucking run that shit, dude.
But I mean, they've been doing it for their entire life. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fucking second nature. There's actually part of your brain that develops when, like, it's what they call muscle memory. There's actually a part of your brain that changes. Like, it actually physically changes your brain, and you learn these things. Like playing guitar or something like that. If you learn a song once and you play it enough, you can pick up a guitar and just remember it, even fucking 15 years down the
I
line.
watched this amazing video of this guy that has dementia, and one of his friends came by to his house and started playing on a trumpet. And even though the guy has dementia and
So,
doesn't
piano?
remember, he played the piano perfectly.
He's faking it.
faking dementia. But yeah, you saw that too?
Yeah. That was sweet.
Amazing. Brought a tear to my eye. Like he's just like, and then it's just perfect piano. No, he didn't have dementia. He had a stroke,
Oh,
but he
same
still
thing.
managed to be able to do it.
Dude, haven't you seen The Notebook when it starts to come back to her?
No, I haven't.
True.
I feel like there's a lot of movies I haven't seen. I've never seen Brokeback Mountain.
Never
so-
seen The Notebook?
You ever seen Brokeback Mountain?
No.
I've never seen Brokeback Mountain.
I feel like a lot of people haven't seen it, but like evidently it's good. Is it good or is it just popular because it was a gay story
It's a good movie.
at the right time?
It's a good movie.
like I
get
feel like
drunk.
it came out at the right time.
Let's all
like-
get blackout drunk, drink a bunch of tequila, and watch Brokeback Mountain. We'll see what happens. We can make
I
a
feel
fort
like it
and put
came
as a
right
tent.
out at like during the
Hashtag
gay
broke dick
thing.
fountain.
That's the thing, is timing is everything.
Yeah, I was pretty young when it came out.
Yeah, Ellie was like 10.
Yeah, that's when the gay thing was getting big. You know,
Yeah, that's when all the gays started coming out.
it's just like the gays.
All them gays.
Yeah, there's so many classic movies that like I've never seen. People name them off and they're like, "Yeah, you haven't seen that?" And I'm like, "Fucking no!" Like, I don't watch a lot of fucking classic movies. I
Yeah.
never really like everything I watched was like Disney movies, and then I
never
just
got
stopped
into
watching
Disney's
movies.
Yeah. I'm pretty up to date with like modern movies. There's a lot of classics. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. A few.
I think people are just watching shows now mostly, like those Netflix style. Like,
Because it's just like the longest movie ever because you can just
Yeah.
keep watching it. And
right.
I started Scrubs over again.
The fuck is he doing behind
You ever
me?
watch Scrubs?
Yeah, it's
fuck
fucking, it's great.
Yeah, I just started over. I watched 2.5 seasons in like 4 days.
Yeah, there's a couple series that I can just keep watching. The Office.
The Office, repeat.
Yeah.
I thought that was a sweat stain at first. It's just the
Yeah,
shower.
me too.
My fucking microphone.
Sunny, I can watch a lot of. I can watch 70s show a lot too.
I
a good
love.
one.
I still remember just in my head the scene transition from Scrubs is just down.
yeah.
Scrubs is great, dude. Oh my god,
Yeah,
that show.
phenomenal
That's
show.
like one of the only shows where you'll laugh, you'll think, and you'll cry all in the same episode.
Yep.
Like the episode where
Laverne dies.
Oh my god, that one. And then,
I'm not ready for it.
Oh, that one's awful. The one with the lady that it's the first season. It's
The
like
old lady
the old lady that tells JD
with
to,
the list. It's
to-
like the second episode,
yeah,
third episode.
tells him to take a day and just lay in the field and look
Lay
at
in
the,
the
sky.
grass. Yeah.
And she's just like, I'm okay. I lived 80 years. I'm good. I'm gonna go. And he's like, no, you can't go. You have. I don't have to do anything. But when Cabbage, throughout the episode you see the virus going around the hospital, and the one lady that's there.
Is it on Netflix still, or is it on
It's on
Hulu?
Hulu.
Yeah, okay.
The one, oh, perfect. The one lady that finally is getting better, and Cabbage shakes her hand, and she goes and touches her face, and the virus consumes her.
I don't
She
remember
dies
that
the
one.
next episode. Dude, the ending of that, you've seen the ending to Scrubs, right?
I've seen that all of it,
Okay,
yeah.
the ending where every single character comes back in his flashback.
The last season or the second to last season? Because the last season's like the reboot.
Oh,
kinda
okay, the
last
second
season.
to last season.
I think it's
yeah.
the second last.
Not med school.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a
Yeah,
thing.
when he leaves and Dr. Cox is like, that's the best damn that's one of the best doctors you'll ever see, like, walk through this place. Like, after
And-
JD comes back, he's like, "You got you, nigga."
Oh yeah, that's right. Shit, I only watched that last season once
Same.
because it was fucking kind of weird. There's a couple shows we've talked about this before where they just kind of the last couple seasons is just not worth it.
Yeah.
You know, especially in like The Office when Michael leaves and
There's one show.
70s show when Eric goes to
Yeah.
fucking Africa or whatever.
Sucks, dude.
There's-
That's what always happens.
there's,
It's
People
like those are
want
the
more
main characters, and then
money.
they,
Fiona's leaving Shameless. I
yeah,
don't know if you guys watch Shameless.
I don't watch Shameless, but I saw that and I'm like, that's gonna be awful.
You gotta start watching.
no,
Shameless.
that show I watched it up until
It's the best show.
is
on
it
TV.
is it Chloe, the girl that has cancer, and her and
Frank?
her and Frank go to like the Caribbean,
don't
and she
remember her
goes
name.
out and swims out and just keeps going and swims
Yeah.
into the ocean.
I couldn't get. I only
I
watched
stopped
2
watching it
episodes.
after that.
I think.
It just
That
gets
that
so
ruined
good.
me,
It
dude.
gets so much
fucking
better.
ruined me, dude.
It's an incredible
Made me
show.
so sad. Because everyone's like, "Oh, it's funny," and I'm like, To me, there was like one funny scene each episode, and the rest, I'm just like, "Oh my god!" Like, no. Yeah, dude. The one show where I would say it's 100% consistent all the way throughout is Futurama. Every
Yeah.
single season of Futurama.
Those are different
is
too. It's
good.
like I feel like when you're actually acting, it's different.
Yeah.
I think when you're voice
Not
acting,
too much into animated stuff.
Well, I
Yeah.
feel like South Park's has been pretty
But I-
shitty the past few years.
but I mean, as a voice actor, I feel like it's not as fucking
Of course not. No.
mentally weighing on you and shit. Like, and with
guess.
South Park, they're fucking those two do most of the voices themselves. So
Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know. I would say
I think like, especially with a show like The Office, where the set is the same thing all the time.
it's got to be very
think it-
draining. Yeah,
Except for the
probably
worst
does.
episode ever.
Scott's Tots.
No.
That one's pretty good.
I
That
love
was pretty
Scott's
awful.
Tots.
No, the dinner party at him.
Oh,
and,
that
Jane
one's
Silent.
fucking. I just watched
Most
it.
awkward episode ever.
I just
Yeah.
watched that
Look,
one.
She throws a Dundee at the TV.
I love when
His
when-
plasma screen TV.
is it
fucking,
Pam? Pam hands her she's like, "Oh, we bought you this bottle of Chardonnay," and she goes, "Oh, this would be great for cooking with."
Yeah.
Really?
I love when he puts the beer sign up and it's fucking like super bright, like blue neon in the entire room. And then he pushes the plasma screen TV against the wall,
Yeah.
like an inch. Sometimes I just stand here and watch TV all day for hours.
Oh, man. All right. Top 3 show couples of all time. You got Jim and Pam, number 1.
JD and Elliot.
That's tough.
Maybe.
You know, best couples.
Oh wait,
you know, they weren't
JD,
great.
JD and Turk.
They weren't great.
Yeah, that's true.
JD and Turk. And waitress.
Yeah, I was
Charlie and
just-
the Waitress.
yeah.
I don't know. Pam and Jim obviously has to be number 1.
They're number 1.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, number 1.
Hey, number 2. Oh, you know what episode depresses the shit out of me too? The one that sends Dr. Cox into that alcoholic spiral.
Yeah.
When he accidentally gives everybody rabies.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think I've only watched the series twice. There's a lot of seasons.
Yeah,
there's
it's like 9.
Yeah,
It's long.
and each season has like 15 to 20 episodes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're long
Oh,
seasons.
it's like 24.
Yeah, dude, like Zach Braff is gonna be rich for the rest of his life just from Scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
I love Zach Braff.
Yeah.
He just had a new
Braff
show
Zaff.
that came out and it got canceled.
Really?
Yeah, Alex Inc. just came out last year. It was on like Fox or something. Got canceled after 1 season.
I feel like a lot of those shows get canceled, like ABC or NBC or
Right.
Fox. Like those don't last long.
Yeah,
They're
a
not
A lot of
strong.
it is they throw shit to a wall.
Especially in comedy, like in the comedy world. Like
Yeah, there's a few that I've liked that just get.
Yeah.
You ever see Limitless, like the show? Like
Yeah,
that was pretty good. And
Pushing
then just like
Daisies.
you ever seen APB? Just came out a few years ago. It was on Fox. Just
Oh,
one
AP
season.
Bio
out.
or whatever.
No, just APB.
There's one called AP,
AP
Bio
Bio.
that just came out with
Dennis.
it's got Glenn Howerton and Patton Oswalt, I
Yeah.
think.
Did you ever watch V?
V?
V. The letter V.
No.
It's the one where the aliens come to Earth and they look like humans, but they're actually like reptilians, and they're trying to steal all the
The
resources.
crab people.
Yeah, they're trying to steal all the resources and kidnap humans, and they turn them into food and shit.
No, definitely never
seems,
seen
That
that.
And,
seems pretty good.
The first season was everything was great going, like the aliens were cool, and then at the very last episode you find out that they're fucking crazy and they're killing people and they're replacing all of like the rich people with like clones and shit. They're like the synths from fucking Fallout 4, you know? You ever play Fallout 4?
No.
So like they're replacing all of the fucking famous people and rich people with, you know,
Aliens
like
and shit.
alien
Yeah.
clones. And then the second season is all the main characters teaming up with like soldiers and gang members and shit to try and go onto the mothership and fight them. And the last episode of the second season ends with like a main character being cloned and getting brought back.
And then it got canceled.
Show ends. Show gets
It's the
canceled.
worst, dude.
Yeah, Deadpool's Ryan Reynolds' wife from Deadpool. Deadpool's girlfriend from the movie is
she's in Gotham.
the main bad guy.
It's funny because the shows I watch aren't even shows; they're just podcasts.
You live
It's
on your
basically-
podcast.
The thing is, like, they're long enough where I can just put them on and they're like just playing, and you don't have to pay attention to them constantly. Like you can hear them.
Yeah.
Be
I do
doing
that shit
something
like when
else.
I go to bed, so I don't have to look at the screen, so my eyes will be closed.
Yeah, dude, Tom Segura's podcast is just so good.
I need to get into his podcast.
It's fucking
bro. I
hilarious.
fucking
It might be
love
the
Tom
best
Segura.
one I've listened to. It might be. Besides, I guess I think Rogan's is, but I think as far as comedy, like Tom
Segura
Segura's
is the
definitely
funniest
best.
motherfucker in the world.
Nothing beats Sleepy Cast to me, dude. It sucks they only did 60 episodes.
I don't like when there's how many people are on that show.
Sleepy Cast?
Yeah,
What is that?
I feel like there's too many. I don't like when there's too many.
Each
voices.
episode is 3 to 4 people.
Yeah,
But they're all like animators and stuff. They do like animation. A few of them are voice actors. A few of them are game developers. It's like a rotation of like 9 dudes. They all work together and they created this company called Sleepy Cabin, and they collaborated their animations and video games. And like one of them's like a hentai artist. He like draws porn and shit. He's this wicked weird Swiss dude. Like, but
This is a show?
yeah, it's a podcast, and
Oh,
a lot of it is animated too. You can find like
funny.
bits, and I can show you a clip or two. It's definitely.
but I think that's what it. I like the idea that it's just you can
it's
just listen.
regular dudes.
Well, I like podcasts because you can just listen. It's not
Yeah,
like,
like
a-
the Sleepy Cabin podcast. There's 2 or 3 guys on it that don't like their faces being shown.
yeah.
They don't want to be like that, followed around and stuff.
feel
so
like
they
there's-
don't film it, which is what I like about it.
Gone full circle in the entertainment world.
Yeah.
I went from listening to radio, watching TV, and now you're like, oh, I just want to listen to the TV.
Yeah. Well, I think there's less commitment. It's like when I start watching a show.
I'm saying
like
people
I-
have no attention spans anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the thing is, like now I feel like if I'm gonna watch TV, it's weird because I'm like, well, why can't I
gonna
just
sit
play
on
a
my
game?
phone.
Why can't I just play a game? Because it's interactive.
Yeah, that's what I do. Is I listen to a podcast while I do chores or mow the lawn or
Right.
play a game. Like I like Let's Plays. I watch Oni's Let's Plays. You ever watch like Dragon Ball Pay or like the Wingardium Leviosa, the Harry Potter parodies online and stuff.
no.
It's all those guys, and he has a Let's Play channel. That's really it's a podcast disguised as a Let's Play channel where they play like random fucking Nintendo games and like shitty fucking Kickstarter games and stuff.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
It's pretty good.
Let's play.
It's an old classic.
Yeah, like,
So you brought up Kurt Warner earlier. I was
Yeah.
going to say, fun fact about Kurt Warner. He's a hand model.
is he really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
He was a
right. I
hand
think I
model
have
during his
seen that.
career. I brought it up one time when I was watching the game.
He's got great hands. He's like
That's why he
Uncle
was
Jack.
so good at bagging groceries.
Yeah, he's like Uncle Jack, dude. He's got beautiful hands.
Nobody look! Nobody look!
Those look like my hands. These look like. I love when he's in the courtroom and he has those giant fucking Hulk
Hulk
hands,
hands.
basically. Whatever happened to Hulk hands, man? Those things were.
My dad has a Hulk hand that's a beer koozie.
I feel like we should do
Yeah.
boxing, but with Hulk hands.
Yep, definitely.
But what are they? Bop'em sockers? Sock'em boppers?
What are sock and boppers?
Yeah, they're the big, like...
Oh, the
Inflatable
inflatable
ones.
things, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the robot things.
Rock'em Sock'em, one of the fucking robots.
Yeah. That was a bitch. There was always one color. One of the two always popped easier than the other one.
Yeah.
So, like, you'd just be
Dude,
cheating.
I will forever be pissed every time I go to Dave & Buster's. It's been like 3 times in the past year that they have a giant Sock'em Bop'em robots.
Yeah.
Like, they're literally, each one of those is like 6 or 7 feet tall.
The problem is you can only throw, like, those.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
you
basically
gotta-
uppercuts. They're like straight left and straight right. So you couldn't, like, come over the top with a hook or something, you know?
Same fight night.
Yeah. There was no, like, head kicks or anything. It's a shame. I kind of want to try. I've never tried the fucking. Actually, no, I did do it once, where you have those big like staff things with the big foam
Oh, yeah,
paddles
like
on
the
both sides, and you're
fighting
both
thing.
standing
Oh,
on
like Human
platforms.
Gladiator or whatever?
Yeah.
American Gladiator?
I think I've done that once. They're fucking hilarious. I also
shit would
want
be
to.
fun.
I also want to try fencing. I feel like that'd be sick.
Right.
I feel like it's difficult
Dude,
as
fencing
fuck.
is so fucking cool.
Though. It is. I feel like
Oh
that's
my
a-
god, is that
Jesus.
Carlos Hyde?
I don't know.
I feel
He
like you
just
have
had
to
a
train
kid.
for years in fencing, though.
Yeah, that's Carlos Hyde. Yeah, he just had a baby today. Well, his wife did. He
So
didn't-
how many
he didn't
teams are we
really
going to
do much
have
work.
with ties this year? How many teams are going to have ties as their final in one
I
of their
think we're gonna
games?
have like 4 more.
Wow.
It's funny because last year there wasn't any.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
There's 2 already in the first 2 weeks.
Well, didn't they change the overtime rule so overtime is only 10 minutes now?
Why don't they just play 15 minutes? I don't get this. Just play
Just play an
15
extra
minutes. Look,
quarter.
like with the Packers game, it went the whole 10 minutes. Just play another fucking 5 minutes. Like, is it really?
Seriously.
Is it really that bad? Like,
I know. I love going on the
and
college.
then go to overtime.
I love the college football subreddit where they're like, "Oh, NFL overtime is so stupid," and it's like, really? In college, you start at the 20
Yeah.
or the 25.
Well, I say they just play 15 minutes, and if it's still a tie, then it's sudden death. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to be fucking protective of the players again. But is a 15-minute quarter really gonna be that big of a fucking deal? I feel like the players want to play another quarter. They want to
Yeah,
fucking
remember,
have a chance.
No one wants a fucking tie.
Donovan McNabb, when the Eagles tied once, he didn't even know games could tie. He thought that you just kept playing.
That's how it should be. Fuck
Oh,
ties.
that's how it is in baseball. I went 16 innings in the show.
In
the
like
other night.
every sport besides fucking.
I did. It was like
Football
3
and
to
soccer.
3, and I played another like 12 innings. So it was like bottom of the 16th when I finally won a game.
They should do field goal shootouts.
Yeah,
You start at the 20, and every field goal you make, you go back 5 yards.
yeah. It's like no, it's like pig. Like one guy has to make it from a certain spot, and the other guy has to copy it.
That'd be sweet.
That'd be so cool.
Imagine from hitting it from like the 35 all the way in the sideline. Just like hook it in. It'd be badass.
You have to hit it from the upper deck in the fucking in the fucking crowd.
I saw a thing.
You're like,
What was the Vikings kicker's name? They just cut something. Carl Erickson,
I don't know.
Cody Erickson.
oh, that kid that missed. Well, the
Yeah.
thing was like the wind was so heavy that day. because Crosby was kicking them all to the left, and they were the wind was pushing him to the right, and that's what he did on his second one when they called the timeout. The wind just didn't carry it, but the other guy they were kicking to the right because the wind was blowing this way, and the wind wasn't carrying it, so he missed fucking 3 of them.
It was hilarious. Somebody was like, they're like, Erickson is just gonna Erickson is gonna get cut and he's gonna become a tour guide for Lambeau Field. And then somebody commented, they're just like, yeah, the problem is he doesn't know where the goal.
We're gonna take a break in a second.
He goes, the problem is he's not gonna know where the goalposts are. I saw a wicked funny thing. I don't know.
Did you see Janikowski, how fucking fat he looks?
Yeah.
In a Seahawks uniform?
Yeah.
It was hilarious. It looks
that
like
color
he
does not
fucking,
suit him at all.
Dude, it looked hilarious. He almost waddled onto the field.
Yeah.
It looked like he ate 13 double cheeseburgers and then came out to kick a football.
Do you watch the NBA?
I didn't even
at all?
realize he was still in the
NBA?
league.
Yeah. You know who Joe Ingles is, right? On the Jazz.
Strokes, bro. I love the lefty shooters.
So there was he got into an argument with Blake. Oh my God. No, he didn't. Oh my God, amazing. He got in an argument with Blake Griffin on Twitter. Blake Griffin tweeted a picture of a Joe Ingles jersey because they're friends.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, finally bought me a Joe Ingles jersey, and he got it signed. And Joe was like, I knew you still loved me. And he goes, yeah. He goes, it gets cold in Detroit. I needed to put something in my fireplace. And Joe Ingles commented, and he goes, I might have only played for the Clippers for a preseason, but I bet you my jersey's right next to yours hanging up in the rafters right now. And I was like, holy fuck. Because when they signed Blake Griffin to his contract last year, they're like, we want your jersey to be the first Clippers jersey to be retired. And then they traded him like 2 months later. No Clippers ever gotten their jersey retired.
That's crazy.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Would you buy health insurance from Doc Rivers?
I have to take a piss, so.
I gotta take a piss.
All right.
We're breaking?
Yup. Clear Shots is available on any of your favorite podcast platforms. ClearShotsPodcast.com is the best place to find all of our social media links. You can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at ClearShotsPod. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.